So come on in, take a sip. Now let's wind down on this Friday the 13th grid. To do that today, and being a Friday, and you might be noticing a pattern here, but often on Fridays, instead of just a glass of wine, as remarkable as they can be, sometimes I just feel the urge to have a select cocktail with that lovely green olive floating in there. It's really important to put that in with the cube of ice and the initial push of the red stuff before you top it off with your champagne or your Brut, Secco, whatever you're using. Cava. In fact, I'm not even quite sure what I used today. I think it's a Brut Sect, but it doesn't matter. It's bubbly, it's dry, and it's delicious with this. And I got to tell you, if you can get your hands on a bottle of the Select Bitter Cocktail Mix, it is fabulous. It is absolutely fabulous. It's just the right thing for any time of year. Today, it was a couple of degrees centigrade, below centigrade here, below zero, below freezing, right? You know, it's just flat out cold. It'll put a chill into your bones for sure. But it's good to be going. It's good to be back home. It's great to have a lovely delicious cocktail in my hands, and it's fantastic to have you here with me to solve this grid. So why don't we hop in and see what we got today? We've got a Ryan Patrick Smith construction edited by Joel Faliano. And so, all right, for Friday the 13th, let's jump into our grid and see what we got. So put a lid on it. Okay. I don't know what that is. Good Lord. Put a lid on it. It could be a container that requires a lid. It could be an instruction to keep your mouth shut. Man, who knows? W for 1. Okay. Well, I can't squeeze Texas governor in there or 43rd president, so now in Spanish would be ahora. Now that I know. Garden variety poker. All right. Steps down, maybe resigns. I'm looking for something that'll fit that I can go and check, in a minute, because that's the big thing here, right? 1972 Gilbert O'Sullivan hit with a melancholy title. And it's funny because the only song I know from Gilbert Sullivan, and it's the year I was born, is Alone Again. Naturally. And now it's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of, I don't know, probably eternity, right? Not a bad song. It's not like the Goombay dance band or anything. But it's kind of cheesy, right? For what it is. Draining issue. Well, the only issue I can think of that would involve draining would be a 4-letter clog, right? So I guess it fits. Blank Marie, organization method, yeah, and that's KonMari. So, I'm gonna have to pause this. Just give me one moment, please. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I had an emergency phone call I had to take, and as a result, you might see that my glass has been refilled. Might have a different level on it. So I hope I haven't grown tipsy, but we're going to get to the rest of this grid one way or the other. And I apologize, but I had to take the call. So let's jump back into this Ryan Patrick Smith grid and see if we can get the momentum back, if we even had any momentum yet. Okay, so put a lid on it. Looks like it could have been a hat rack, right? This is so silly. I mean, just because like life happens here on this end too, right? So it's not like I get to just turn everything off and just go to the studio like I'm Jimmy Kimmel or something, right? And sit down and do the show, right? So kind of a one-man operation. And I love you guys to death. So, and just as a reminder, my name is Christopher, and I'm delighted that you're here to solve this grid with me, no matter how odd it might be on occasion. So let's hop into our grid here. Let's see what we got. So we got a chance meeting greeting. Oh, but how about, oh, hello. You? I didn't expect to see you here, not at all. Oh, look, it's my wife at a strip joint or something like that. Can you just be a little awkward, right? Garden variety poker. What is this? Question after an untimely joke. Maybe too soon. I did something like that really bad one time, and I did say too soon, and the person who was giving me that look was like, oh yeah, it was way too soon, and then she just gave me a whole list of what was wrong with what I said, and I felt like, sorry. W for 1. Pronouncing pronunciation as pronunciation. I guess it could be airing, okay? So W, hotel. Okay, I'm trying to work in W. I know how hard it is to put food on your family. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, and it's not working. And I guess the garden variety poker's a thorn. Now that is as clever as you can get. Ryan Patrick Smith, fantastic. I'm liking it. And Dorothy Lang, very nice. Stars are big ones. I'm assuming these could be names. Do a quick check on the M if we can, and then we'll get back up there. Statistics calculation could be a mean. And that was probably the hardest thing for me to figure out in graduate school when I was doing doctoral statistics. I was like, what's the difference, really, the difference between a mean and an average then? And it took me a while to work it out in my head what that actually meant, you know. Test releases look like they're going to be betas. Nice. And Lodge. I have no idea. Performers of note. Is this an M? Drift. Yeah, drift could be a meander. Could be. Because I think these are musicians. And sexually charged track of a hit 1973 album. And I think this is pretty clear that this is Let's Get It On. It makes me feel so dirty doing these puzzles, doesn't it? Drain away. So maybe leach away? Spanish pronoun. Maybe Asia? Chargeable conveyances. Maybe ASA. This is because you're looking at all of these letters plus this E. So I'm thinking maybe e-scooters. So we go with ESA or ESO, let me see. Makeup of a sleeve, that would probably be tattoo, either art or ink. What do you think? I don't know. Main course. Tech entrepreneur Altman. Is that Ron or no? Sal? I can't even remember. Main course. Touchdown, for example, or as an example. Is it Sam? Slack alternative in brief. MS Teams. Okay, got it. Come on, Christopher. I know you drank a couple of glasses of wine while you were offline, but let's get this together. I think it may be Sam. Actually, I honestly think it is Sam Altman. I can't remember for sure, but we think we know now that this is art and not ink because of the MS Teams. Main course. Oh, the main course could be a C lane. Okay, nice. Trig ratio probably equals 10. Antarctic penguin. Yeah, and that. I always just call it the Adele, but oh God, how to spell that? Features of work boots could be toe caps, so that tells me this is an I then. Okay, so touchdown, for example, as an example, could be an arrival. Drink similar to champagne, yes. I think that's what I'm having tonight, though I'm not sure. First airline to fly a jumbo jet, and that would be Pan Am. That's right. I think that was the Boeing 707. Pretty sure. Yeah. Cornmeal cake could be a pone. Sur de la mer. Okay, this is so funny. This is like hermana de la madre, right? You know, looking for a tia. This is French, the sister of a mother, and that would be a tante. And interesting enough, that tante is also the German word that we have for aunt, right? You know, meine Tante Trödel and Tante Ursula, aber meine Tante Ursula was actually my cousin Ursula, but she was 40 years older than me, so I just went with Tante instead of cousin. Blank shock, Japan's term for the video game crash of '83, and that would be Atari shock. Very nice. What's a black and white and wet all over? And that would be an orca, as we all know if you watch this with any regularity. Anytime an orca shows up, which is every day, I always have something to say about a AAA card. I always have something every day to talk about when it comes to orcas. They are absolutely the only thing on this planet that scares me. It's true. They scare me. I'm not scared of anything else, but orcas, oh my gosh. I don't know what it is about them. Question that one is tricked into asking in a classic gag. Oh yeah, no, that would be underwear. Talk about a dad joke, right? I mean, that's unbelievable. Singer with the 2009 double platinum album, Rated R. And I think that is Rihanna. What am I doing with this tea? Oh my gosh. Kids, don't do crosswords when you're slightly happy. My heart is singing like a bird whose nest is in a watered chute. I think that's whose, yes. Count, aka Nosferatu. Oh my gosh, I know this is a freaking Friday grid, but you want to bring up a film from the 1920s? You know, unless they did a remake, which I'm not aware of, which is altogether possible. But it's like, Orlok. I don't know. We'll just see. I'll have to change it if we need to change it. Elevated pitches. Bean on the screen. Isn't that Sean Bean? So elevated pitches could be sharps. Yay! Go musical people. English majors, Shakespeare. People who play musical instruments and can read scores. This is a win for you. Compound formed from an alcohol and an acid. Yes, and that would be an ester, and a beautiful fruity smell it makes. Major product of Jordan. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky we did the downs on that, because I would have been trying to figure out how to put hummus in there and make it work. My favorite hummuses on the planet are the ones that I can get in the Arabic stores, the little Arabic convenience stores here in Germany or in Fort Worth, Texas. They're everywhere. But you can get real life, authentic, no kidding, canned hummus from Jordan with a total carbohydrate count of like 3 grams per serving, which is just like the perfect thing to open it up for the fiber and whatnot. It's fabulous, right? You know, but you can't get that anywhere else, right? You know, I mean, it's just amazing. Book identifier often would be a spine. I love Middle Eastern cuisine. Oh my gosh, do I love it. The Fault in Our Stars genre informally was teen lit, and American Dad, error would be TBS, I'm guessing, without exception, bar none. Okay, very nice. I gotta tell you, I mean, I probably would have put Fox next. I guess I didn't realize that TBS is now running Family Guy. Hallmark of a hypocrite. Oh, how about insincerity? Very nice. Scatterbrained. Ditzy? I have no idea. What Han Solo never wants to be told. Well, he didn't want to know. He just never wants to be told about the odds, I think. So maybe spacey. Recurring quirk could be a tick. title princess in a Gilbert and Sullivan opera. I cannot remember. Oh. Begum? I cannot remember. Went too far. I guess that's overdid it. Overdid it. Open as a compressed file, and that would be to unzip. So cheesy casserole. Oh, okay, we got some baked ziti going on. And, you know, there was a time when I ate that, I would have loved it. I would love it now, but I'm not going to touch it. To which a to from label might be attached. Oh, wow, we have come under a lucky star today. I think this is a gift box, right? But I would have put a gift tag, right? I would not even thinking about to which it is attached. I would have just wrote in gift tag and then went like, oops, earlier. Like, oh, sorry. Wow, just I know my own shortcomings. So Achilles would be a tendon versus a brooding warrior. Away for a while could be on leave. Dessert made with a double boiler would be flan. Attacked from the sides could be flanked. And oh my gosh, there's no question I could have absolutely fat fingered something here. But let's see if we can finish this in 15 minutes or less. Nacre on a nice guitar would be an inlay, perhaps mother of pearl, right? And lodge. Office lucky would be a gopher. How do we do, Bob? Oh gosh, I mean, this is what I hated when I do this. So let's go through real quick. Airing, meander, like very let's get it on. Sincerity, legs, toes, toe caps. Gosh, dang it! I don't know why I do that. I'm so sorry. It's one thing to say something like toe caps and then type it in and be wrong. It's another thing to say toe caps and type it in as toe caps and be wrong. So I think I was a little flustered because I had to deal with a 30-minute conversation after I'd already gotten started on the grid, and I think that probably threw me off a bit. But there's really no excuses necessary. I mean, the point being is that we finished our grid in a decent time for a Friday, and honestly, it's not about the time anyway. It's about us getting through it and imparting to each other from what you share with me in the comments and what I share here, how I get through a grid and what makes it easy versus difficult, or some of the tricks that I might use or the things that might happen, etc. It's a relationship. We're a learning organization. We're just trying to use our systems thinking to get to the best result possible. And so I think it's really awesome. But I don't ever want to focus on time. I'm not a competitive sort. I don't care about that. But what I do care about is giving you a quality product. And for the fat fingering incidents, I can't tell you how sorry I am about that. I just hate it. But at the same time, we do have fun together, so there's always that. But nevertheless, yeah, all excuses aside, a lot going on here today, but I think we got through it and everything's gonna be great. Now I got to make my way over to the Guardian grid and deal with that, which is in a completely different language because it's a British crossword. And believe me, that's a different language. But until I see you next time, my name is Christopher. I'm delighted you were here to solve with me. Thank you so much for that. Ich wünsche Ihnen ein schönes Wochenende noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Au revoir. Masalamati. Que tengas buen días. Be good to yourselves, be great to your neighbors, and be especially kind to the people behind you in line. Be well. See you tomorrow for the Saturday grid. Bright and early. Got some wineries to visit. Cheers.